Good morning and welcome to Today in LA. I'm Mike Amos and he's Stephen Curtis.
Morning, Mike.
And yellow, that's not yellow, that's white. I got to get my color situated
right.
a little bit this morning.
That's
Of course,
right.
brought to you by Express Oil Change on the bypass right here in Troy, where you can get your oil changed in 10 minutes in and out.
It's a
only
good-looking
thing
business.
only thing though I don't like about the Express Oil Change, I go in and I sit down and start watching something on TV,
And
and
you gotta leave before.
then while I'm enjoying the show and it's getting down real good, somebody comes in and tells me my
It's time to
car's
go.
ready.
That's
I don't like that. Hey,
That's a good
let
problem,
me
though.
watch my movie.
That's right.
But it is quick and
Yeah.
efficient. And as Cheryl Crow, of course, Cheryl Crow and I are lifelong friends. And she took care of me when I was a young boy growing up. And I said, Cheryl, how do you keep your car so clean? Do you have somebody wash it? He said he takes it through the express wash.
Really?
Yeah. And what I'm saying, it keeps your car
Yeah,
clean.
it does. That's a good idea.
And of course, right here on South Brundage Street, we've got Trojan Detail. And when we did our show the other day from down there, man, they do a tremendous job. And you almost have to tell them it's time for us to go.
Stop cleaning.
Yeah, that's right. And of course, they're great people.
Yeah.
Located right there in the old Foster Stevens
Used car
dealership.
Yeah.
Of course, you knew who Foster
Oh
Stevens
yeah,
was.
I know Mr. Foster. I know his kids. One of his granddaughters is my sister-in-law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, Jimmy Lunsford was his son-in-law.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's right. That's
And
right.
of course, Steve. I've known them all my
Yeah.
life. And
Right.
of course, it is a Tuesday, the 27th day of March. Boy, time has flown by.
Flying by.
Of course, now you've got how many kids off on break right now?
Well, my oldest in college had at Troy. He was out 2 weeks ago. So my younger three are all out this week, along with my wife, who teaches at the elementary school. So I got one at the beach with
Yeah.
a group of friends, and the rest of them are all at home.
Yeah, let's go. Are you going anywhere? You gonna do anything?
No, I got too much work to do.
Ladies and gentlemen, I promise you, it's the yellow in that set right there, evidently. But
That is a
everything's
white
fine.
shirt. I'll vouch for it.
Everything's fine, and of course, Sunday sales are approved for the county, and
Yeah.
let's read into that this morning. Residents will be able to walk into our stores over the county on Sunday, April the 8th, and purchase an alcoholic beverage if so desired. The Pike County Commission voted 4-2 in favor of allowing Sunday alcohol sales at their meeting Monday after a bill worked its way through the state legislature. And of course, two commissioners that voted against the resolution was Chad Copeland and Russell Johnson.
Russell Johnson.
They voted against it.
Yeah.
Well, now on Sunday, you folks in the county don't have to drive all the way to Pine
city.
Level.
Well, yeah, the city of Troy passed that earlier.
That's right,
So
yeah.
the county kind of followed suit.
That's
and did
right,
that,
Pine
so-
Lane. It's a no-brainer. Really,
Yeah.
if you're gonna have both and so
Tax
forth.
revenue.
Troy, man who protested Troy police was charged with capital murder. An activist that served as a spokesman for the family of Ulysses Wilkerson has been arrested on a charge of capital murder in connection with a Dothan shooting.
Yeah.
Reverend Kenneth Glasgow, 52, and Jamie Towns, 26, both of Dothan were charged with murder of a 23-year-old Dothan woman, Brenita Jennings. I'm not going to get into that, but
Yeah.
that sort of speaks for itself a little bit. Want to mention the county transfers ownership to Lockheed Martin. Now, what does
Yeah,
this mean?
there was I don't know a lot of the details, but apparently there's a road that's on or joining the Lockheed property that they were seeking to vacate to take ownership so that they can expand their buildings. I don't
Yeah.
think they can build their buildings. There's a buffer like maybe 1,250 feet. So they
So
were
they're
needing to get
wanting
that road.
to add on even more
I
then.
think that's what they're saying. That's what they said they
It's going
needed
to
that
be a
road
huge
for.
place
It is
one
a big
day. isn't it?
operation out there. It
I don't know
already
how
is.
many people they employ, but I know they employ a bunch, and
Yeah.
and of course when you and it's probably one of the, if you look into Forbes magazine's top companies in the
Right.
in the United States, Lockheed would have to be one. What do you think?
Yeah, you know, and I have a unique experience out there. When I took the bar exam 20 years ago and was waiting for my results, my wife and I, we were just married, broke, didn't have any money, and I needed a job. So my brother-in-law got me on out there. So after I finished law school, after I took the bar exam, I worked out there for about 3 months on the missile assembly line.
Just
And,
think,
met a lot of good folks out
that's
there,
right.
and you know, that place is, and it's expanded since then. But it's just, people don't know what's out
Yeah.
there. It's impressive.
Now, does Lockheed Martin own the helicopter plant?
No, I think Sikorsky's.
I mean, they
Well, you
still-
know, those companies merged. I think you're
Yeah,
right.
they
So,
merged.
yeah, I think they did, or one of them bought the other out. So I think it is all connected.
Now,
now.
once we get it going back good again, man, that's solid industry, isn't
That
it?
is. That's some good. You know.
Of course, as we mentioned, one of the finest. I think it was voted one of the top 100 places to work in America
Yeah.
one time, which is very good. And of course, nothing too good for the people of Troy and Pike County and surrounding
Right.
areas. And again, we want to mention a great place to eat, and of course that's Hook's Barbecue. I was at a party last night that had Hook's Catering,
Really?
and I told these guys, some of these college kids, I said, "Hey, try their pork and beans." I could almost, I
a
think
meal?
I could order their pork and beans and their potato salad and have a meal right
yeah,
there.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Because they put a lot of pork in that
And the
pork
beans.
and beans.
Yeah, it's all good stuff. Hard to beat their camp stew too.
Yeah,
but-
no question about it, and it's delicious. And of course, I always say, "Hey, throw in me an extra piece of that pound cake." And
That's some good stuff.
of course, I want to mention my good buddy Whitaker Lowry sent the Troy Charles Simpson High School faithful home happy when she hit a walk-off home run of her own to give the Trojans a 6-5 win over Mortimer Jordan High School of Birmingham. The Charles Simpson Lady Trojans kicked off the Gulf Coast Classic with a 1-1 record. On Monday morning, the Trojans began the day with a 41 loss to McInerney Central. After that, they allowed 3 runs in the final frame and lost that game. In game 2, as we mentioned, Whitaker Lowry, and it's great when one of the exciting things in softball or baseball is to hit a home run that wins the game.
Yeah, it's hard to beat a
You know,
walk
you hit
off.
a home run and everybody's waiting for you, and it's all over
That's
because
it.
you won the game for them.
That's right.
And now tonight at Riddle Pace Field is 80s night as they play Alabama State University. Troy University is 17-8, I think, coming into the game and are coming off a big series win at Louisiana Lafayette, the first time in 6 years that Troy has beat them in a series. They're going to throw Sadler Goodwin at Alabama State tonight. Of course, Alabama State has a good program. The Trojans weekend staff posted a 2.10 ERA.
That's pretty good.
And yeah, you know, you tell these ATO guys, I'll bring y'all in a minute, to come on your show, and they'll come
They
on your
show
show.
up.
And in fact, ladies and gentlemen, we got members of the ATO fraternity at Troy University that walked 32. Wait a minute, how many? 132 miles. 128 miles this past spring
That's
break.
impressive.
And of course they do it every year,
Yeah.
and raise over $60,000. Is that right? What's the figure actually?
Just north of 62.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh man, just north of $62,000. Pretty good fundraiser.
Absolutely.
And this fraternity does it every year. And only bad thing is if you pledge ATO, you got to walk 128 miles. That's pretty tough, you know.
That's a tough pledgeship, isn't it?
I'm sure they had a lot of fun.
I'm sure. I'm sure
Uh,
their feet hurt too.
Yeah, no question about it. Pike Liberal Arts Patriots sweep Bessemer Academy this week. Man, they're playing very good ball.
They are.
Pike took the first game 9-4 and beat the Rebels 11-3 in the second game. And Nathan Renfro, Reed Genwright, who is on fire, led the Patriots at the plate by picking up 3 hits apiece, totaling 4 RBIs. Cody Hollis had 2 hits. Davis Allen had a couple of hits, as did Wood Genwright, Cole McWhorter, Trevor Barron, and Holt Steed.
They got a good team.
They really do. They've been playing very good. And, of course, Troy University's defense is getting a lot of the praise this spring, and they'll be back on the practice field today and getting ready later on April the 21st will be the annual T-Day game.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
No question about it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Of course, want to mention that our show is brought to you by Sanders Truck Lines right here in Troy, where, hey, you hire on with Sanders and they'll give you a $1,000 bill.
That's not. Is there a $1,000 bill?
No, I was joking.
Maybe
See what
10
you're-
hundreds.
You know, we need a $1,000 bill. How many times do you have too many bills in your
That's
pocket?
exactly right. That's right.
Of course, Sanders Truck Lines is one of the top trucking companies in the world, and of course they have over 750 trucks moving around the United States at the same time. That's a
amazing.
lot of trucks.
That is a lot of
And of
trucks.
course, a few more are already on the ground. I would say at one time they could have over 1,000 trucks on the road.
Probably right.
But again, their promotion is you go to work with Sanders, and they'll give you $1,000 bonus, plus all kinds of incentive, from 401k to all kinds of insurance coverage and retirement coverage, and
Pay you back for your truck driving school.
that's right. If you go to truck driver school, they'll pay you back for it. And of course, there's a great career for you folks out there that have skills in driving a truck, because there's a load going out and a load coming back.
That's right.
When you're at Sanders, so you're always making money, and that's what the key deal is. And it's a great company to make a career with. Sanders Truck Lines, and we're waiting for Hoss Daddy. Yes, his name is Hoss Daddy, Jeffrey Bennett, to come on our show, and we'll talk more about it. We got a great show for you, and we're going to bring in 2 ATOs that made that long journey just a couple of weeks ago. We'll be right back.
The new Smokehouse Pizza from Little Caesars is our first pizza with 3 smoked meats. So we got barbecue champion Big Mo Quezon to test it out. 8-hour smoked brisket.
Certified beefified.
10-hour smoked pulled pork.
Certified hoggified.
Applewood smoked bacon.
Certified baconfied.
Drizzled with tangy barbecue sauce plus a Smokehouse seasoned crust.
Certified smokified.
The new Smokehouse Pizza. Only $9 and only at Little Caesars.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Here at Town & Country, we are proud to be an American.
We've had you covered on the inside since 2005, and with our addition of Southern Grill and Patio, we now have you covered on the outside. Come see our great selection, where we make sure grilling and relaxing go hand in hand.
Life is hectic enough without worrying if your lights will stay on or if there's hot water for your child's bath. So count on natural gas to keep the energy flowing, even when the weather is unpredictable. Natural gas is always there to keep your home warm, showers hot, and food cooked to perfection. That's why America has relied on safe and affordable natural gas for more than 150 years. And we will be here for you and future generations too. You can count on natural gas from Southeast Alabama Gas District.
If you've had an accident or just want a new look for your vehicle, come see us at Troy Paint and Body, where we do it right the first time. Our staff has more than 100 years combined experience and can handle repairs and paint work on any make or model. We also offer a lifetime guarantee as long as you own your vehicle. Now that shows we stand behind our work. And our 24-hour towing service means we're here when you need us. So come see us at Troy Paint and Body, located on South Brundage Street in Troy beside the post office. Troy Paint and Body, where we may meet by accident, but you'll be glad we did.
The new Smokehouse Pizza from Little Caesars is our first pizza with 3 smoked meats, so we got barbecue champion Big Mo Queson to test it out. 8-hour smoked brisket.
Certified beefified.
10-hour smoked pulled pork.
Certified hoggified.
Applewood smoked bacon.
Certified baconfied.
Drizzled with tangy barbecue sauce plus a Smokehouse seasoned crust.
Certified smokified.
Back to our show, brought to you by our good friends at Trojan Detail on the Montgomery Street right here in Troy. And, of course, we appreciate them. And also the Messenger. Remember the Troy Messenger. Don't live in Troy without it. And we read it every day. In fact, that's how we were able to give you the highlights of all the big baseball games that are going on. Of course, again, Troy plays Alabama State tonight starting at 6 o'clock, a big midweek game. Walker, good to see you. Walker Davis and brother Riley McCullough, and of course 2 students at Troy University, members of the ATO fraternity. Good morning. You're on Today in LA. How you doing?
Hey, morning.
Mike Amos calling in where? From Birmingham, is that right?
Yes, sir.
What kind of weather we got up there today?
Let's say overcast, about 48 degrees. High today, it's supposed to be about 65.
Mike, when I mentioned the ATO fraternity at Troy University, what comes to mind?
From the last time we talked, they were walking to Panama City Beach.
That's right. They were walking to Panama City Beach. And Walker, tell us about what happened a couple of weeks ago.
Well, we started here in Troy on March 9th, about 8 o'clock, and the university kind of helped us on our way out, and there was a big crew helping us out, and we walked about average about 20 miles a day for 6 days till we reached Panama City Beach. And so it was a really long trek, but we do it for Jeep Sullivan's Wounded Warrior Outdoor Adventures. We raise money for him to take wounded warriors out who no longer have, a certain limb or have, PTSD or something, who can't experience life the way they used to before their injury. And then we give them the funds, and we give Jeep Sullivan the opportunity and his wife, Miss Meg, to take them out and go hunting, fishing, and do outdoor adventures. That way they can re-experience life and appreciate it the way it was before.
And this is how many years in a row?
I believe 9.
9 years in a row. Hey, join the ATO fraternity and walk to Panama City. I don't know if that's good or bad.
That's a good thing.
Of course,
I tell you, we need to, Wagner's Team Sports to come down and work for out of Tuscaloosa. We need to, I sell Adidas and Nike. We need to get you guys some shoes next year.
We were sponsored by Solomon last year, and that was a great blessing that we had. We had a North Face sponsorship, Columbia, AFTCO, and a few others. We had Corksicle, Camelback. But yeah, we'd love some sponsorships. If y'all can do anything for us, that'd be awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we
you might even throw in a T-shirt or a hat, won't you?
Yeah, we can definitely do that. How many shoes do y'all bring on a trip like that?
Riley, you want to talk about that?
I think we had 47. We covered the support team too.
Yeah. Grab that mic right there and stick it on your lapel right there. So how was
the weather? Did y'all have bad weather, or was it okay?
Day 1 and 2 was pretty good. Pretty high wind in the 20s, 20 mile per hour wind, and probably about upper 50s, lower 60s while we walked. But then day 3, me and Riley, we walked together during day 3 a lot, and it was rainy. It was pretty miserable, but we pushed through it, and his parents actually came down and supported us throughout the rest of the day. And
and of course, you're from Bay Minette, Alabama.
Yes,
of course,
sir.
that one.
So which route do y'all go? Do y'all go through Enterprise or do y'all go through Elba?
We do go through Enterprise. Yes, sir.
Went down the Metcalf Road, went right through. That Metcalf Road can be sort of by itself for a while, can't it?
Yes, sir, it can.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, what a wonderful. Was this called your? Is this your philanthropy, or what do they call it?
Philanthropy.
And each fraternity and sorority on campus every year has to come up with some kind of philanthropy, and y'all been doing this the last 9 years.
Yes,
do you think you actually get people to join your fraternity because of this one event?
Absolutely.
that want to do it.
Yes, sir.
And now, y'all been doing it for 9 years, and you're a sophomore. Did you do it last year too?
No, sir. This was my first year.
How about you,
Same,
Walker?
Same for me.
Same for you. And
So I was school at Troy from 94 to about 99. ATO was not there yet. How long has ATO been on campus now?
Since 2005.
Okay, so y'all
really,
been there for 13 years. That's a long time.
and they hit the ground running. Of course, you know, there are a lot of good fraternities on campus, but y'all maybe might have the, you know, y'all are very, you know, noticeable. I mean, y'all are constantly doing things to give yourself a good name.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And to go out and raise over $60,000 for a great cause, walking to Panama City. Now, you know, let's don't exaggerate now. You know, driving to Panama City is a 2.5, 3 hour drive, and these guys are walking.
You must drive awfully slow because I think you're making about 2 hours.
All right, now, thank goodness. Now, if I was walking to Panama City, I'd want it to be cool. Was it cool most of the time?
Yes, sir.
So you didn't see any crawlers then, did you?
Didn't see no snakes.
You probably saw some dead deer and some dead coons. You saw a lot of roadkill then. Hey, y'all saw a lot of roadkill.
Seen a lot.
And all those pie cats were walking behind you picking up roadkill. Is that right? And I was a pie cat. But no, just being facetious. But you know, don't think that a lot of these fraternities on campus are envious of what y'all do. And hey, you might see one of them coming up with some kind of deal like this for long. But laying all jokes aside, physically it had to be a wear and tear on you. I mean, hey,
yes, sir.
And of course you're walking. Are you walking on the pavement mostly, or on the side of the road?
Pavement.
Because you got cars behind you. Now, do y'all have a group behind you in a pickup truck with water and other things?
We have it's called support team.
Yeah.
This past year it consisted of about 5 guys and 3 girls who helped us to tend to our feet and pop blisters and stuff.
Yeah.
And they don't necessarily ride behind us in a truck, but they do set up checkpoints and endpoints.
Yeah.
And the checkpoint's about a little over halfway through the day, and the endpoint is the very end. And each station has water, medical supplies, chairs, food. And so we're pretty heavily supported throughout the day, and including people that drive by who are interested in our cause and drop stuff off.
Now, you are from Wallsboro, which is located in the Wetumpka area, near Wetumpka, and of course, where'd you go to high school?
Alabama Christian Academy.
Alabama Christian. How about you?
Baldwin County High School.
Baldwin County High School, and of course, we call you guys the potato pickers. That's why my mama-in-law, she was from Baldwin County. That was known for years and years for potatoes. That's where all the potatoes were grown.
Yes, sir.
You spend a lot of time in Gulf. Wouldn't it have been more fun going to Gulf Shores and laying out in the sun every day than walking 132 miles?
No, sir. I actually enjoyed the walk.
Now, did y'all get a lot of people driving slow and cutting up? I know a lot of the other guys were heading to the beach. Did you see a lot of other fraternity guys making fun of y'all?
Absolutely.
You didn't see anybody showing themselves out the window, did you?
No, we had a lot of people honking the horn.
Oh boy, I hope they weren't showing themselves. You know,
Yes, sir.
you know, we used to be sitting years ago when I was growing up. We'd hang out at these places on the bypass. One of them was the Sudson Burger, and the other one was the Dare Delight, and the other one was the Red Wave Drive-In. And we'd be sitting there talking, and in a minute a car would go by, honking the horn, and the guy would be showing himself out the window. And we thought that was sort of funny. That was one of the crude things you could do back in the 60s. But again, I'm sure there was people honking at you the whole trip. That motivates you a little bit, is that right?
It did at first, but towards the end, when you're very tired, sometimes if you don't know who they are.
It wasn't so pretty after you got. At first I reckon it was sort of pretty, but it got pretty rough, didn't it?
Sir. Yes,
I mean, especially to wake up and
Are
say.
y'all camping at night, or y'all staying in motels or hotels, or what are y'all doing at night?
We're staying in local churches.
Okay.
Let's go and let's start from the very beginning. You started where here in Troy?
Yes, sir.
Right here at the quad, right in front of Smith, in front of the fountain.
All right, 32 of you. Is that right? How many was it?
33 started.
33 started. And how many finished?
32.
32. Okay. And and somebody told me that the one that didn't finish had a club foot. Is that right?
Yes, sir, he did.
And he walked several miles the first day, didn't he?
He made it all the way through day 3.
Isn't that amazing? All right, so here you go. You start what time in the morning? We're gonna take him. We're gonna take you through the walk, ladies and gentlemen.
We started day 1 later than we would start any other day at 8, so we could have people and our family and friends and friends on campus come and help us out.
And there was big. All the girls were there to cheer you up.
Yes, sir.
Of course, it was spring break now. A lot of folks were gone home. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So it was UATOs on campus, and you headed out. And when did you think you might be in for a real tough outing? I mean, on that first day, did you feel it the first day?
Didn't really feel it on the first day. Now later on, at the end of it, we were starting to feel it, but we had just a huge adrenaline rush leaving.
Well, let me just say this, and I've driven the road to the beach many times. Between Enterprise and Spring Hill, there's a lot of hills. I mean, uphill to down there, and that got to be pretty rough, didn't it?
Yes, sir.
At the end of day 1, is there 2 hills or the first 1 hill?
End of day 1 is those 2 big hills.
Yeah, there's 2 big hills, and after doing 28 miles on day 1, which is more than a marathon, those 2 hills will take a toll on you.
Oh yeah.
And then at the end of day 2, which the most during the day is pretty smooth, but this is the very end when you're the tiredest. Day 2 has 1 hill, and it's pretty tiresome.
All right. How did you raise your money? Did you raise your money before you went, or did people stop along the way and give you money? What happened?
We set a walker goal. If you wanted to walk, you'd have to raise about $500 at a minimum.
So all 32 of y'all raised $500 then.
All 33 of us, yes, sir.
33, yeah.
We had like you said, we had the walker goal of 500, and then we had the support team, and they had a goal of, I believe, 300 a person. And additionally, you can obviously raise more than that.
Sure, yeah.
And then we had.
Did you have many people, even college kids that were going to the beach that, actually stopped and gave y'all a contribution?
Yes, sir.
We had a lot of people, like we said, we had a lot of people honking. A lot of people were kind of concerned about what we were doing in the middle of the road, and they would stop us at a gas station, like at a checkpoint or something like that, and say, "What are y'all doing?"
Did you have a truck up front with a light moving on the front and the back, or how did y'all distinguish, yourselves as a group?
I know Mr. Jeep drove by a lot, flashing his lights, bringing us water bottles and stuff, but we really didn't have a truck leading us down there. They just go, the support team would put up a tent and say, "Hey, that's your first checkpoint," and that would be our motivation.
And they knew that you weren't picking up trash; you were walking.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we couldn't bend over to touch that trash.
The ATO fraternity is getting to be a very well-known fraternity, and you're getting where you do this every spring break now. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
I know this is crazy, but what if somebody was trying to give you change or something like that? Change would weigh you down. I mean, did y'all ever have a lot of people do that?
We take a lot of it. If they were to give us change or something, heavy or something like that, we would meet. So say they gave it to us before the first checkpoint of the day, we would meet our director, Sam Moody, or our assistant, Gus, who is now the director-elect, we would give it to them, and then they would take care of it. The one rule a lot of people, I think, don't know is that we aren't allowed to take stuff from people. So if we didn't have something that we needed when we started it, unless it was like water or food, we weren't allowed to take that from someone, because it's kind of part of the pride of walking, is that you don't want someone to hold your hand all the way through. So if we didn't have like a t-shirt or something that we needed and we were a little bit cold, it's bad luck for you. And so the support team is there to help, but at the same time, they want us to do it on our own and grow as men.
Okay, how far did y'all go the first day?
28.4 miles.
28.4 miles. So you're sitting in the bottom of one of those hills, heading toward Enterprise. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, and of course, tell us how where you spent the night, where you ate. Was it good food most of the time?
Food was delicious.
And would y'all have a little something for breakfast, and then would you stop at lunch somewhere? Is that right?
The way that worked is we would get there, we would get to the church, or we would get to the destination.
Yeah.
Then we would typically take the church bus to the church, or we would shuttle with the support team cars. We were never, we never finished at the churches. It was typically off the road a little bit. and then the next morning we would eat dinner that night. The next morning we'd wake up and we would start walking, and then support team at about 7:30 or 8 or so, when we started to get kind of hungry, they'd go to Hardee's or somewhere, grab a bunch of biscuits and throw it to us out the window as we walked.
Well, that was good. Now, of course, you know, you were tired.
What about the churches? Could y'all shower?
Oh yes, sir.
We showered.
Yes, sir. Those are some good showers.
What, at the churches?
Yes, sir.
Huh.
Yes, sir. Only at night, but you appreciate showers a lot more after that.
But it was sort of a cold. Was it a hot shower or a cold shower?
Most of them.
Most of them are hot.
The earlier you finish, the hotter the shower.
And then you had a good supper. And now, how late would y'all stay up?
We wouldn't really stay up very late. We'd go, after we got our shower, we'd go have our ice bath, soak our feet, keep them in there for about 10 minutes. And once we'd done that, we'd jump over to the Epsom salt bath.
Yeah.
Let our feet soak for about 6 minutes, and you could like go back and forth if you wanted to. But we were in bed by 8 o'clock pretty much every night.
Did y'all have a lot of radio and television coverage?
We had a few people come out and video us and talk to us and interview us.
And one thing I think that's pretty notable also is at the end of every night after dinner, or typically during dinner, we would have a wounded warrior that was supported by Jeep who would come by, and that way we would have motivation to know that our money directly helped him as a as an individual. So that was pretty encouraging to see.
We're talking to the ATO fraternity, ladies and gentlemen. Two members, of course, Walker Davis and Riley McCullough. Walker's, of course, a young man from Wallsboro, Alabama, and right next to Wetumpka, not far from Montgomery, and of course is a sophomore now at Troy, and let's see, and Walker's a sophomore. Davis is a sophomore, and Riley is
sophomore too.
Yeah, of course, and I know. How about your parents? Did they come out and see you? Or what happened there?
Yes, sir. So day three was, I think it was pretty much everybody's roughest day. My
Those legs started getting to you, didn't they?
Yes, sir. Because that's like the halfway mark. You get to it, and you're like, oh,
it really starts not being. It's sort of funny at first, and sort of a joke at first. It's no joke now, is it?
No joke.
I mean, those legs, if 1 foot in front of you. Hey, that was big, wasn't it? To be able to take 1 foot in front of you.
Yes, sir, it was.
And again, the second night, where'd y'all spend the night?
I believe
y'all were through Enterprise, wasn't you?
Yes, sir.
Did you get a lot of? Did the police have to come out and give y'all an escort or anything, or did y'all go? Did y'all go straight through Enterprise? How did y'all do it?
When we hit Enterprise, we turned right at the red light.
Yeah, and went through downtown.
Yes, sir. So,
which is a straight shot, a lot quicker route, wasn't it?
It's quicker by foot, but I think it's quicker by car if you turn left. It's a lot faster.
You can see Enterprise High School over your right shoulder, couldn't you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And so, how far through did you go to get to Hartford on the third day, or where'd you go?
Got to Hartford on the second day.
Second day, okay.
Spent the night in Hartford.
Spent the night in Hartford.
Spent the night in Hartford, okay.
And then day 3 is encouraging.
That's a nice little old town, little old quaint town.
Sir, it is.
Yeah.
And then day 3, we woke up, and that, I think 13 miles in or so, is when you reach the Florida line. And so that's pretty encouraging on one of the hardest days.
On the third day?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That was something. Third day. And of course, that was Esto, Florida, wasn't it?
Yes, sir, it was.
And then Bonifay. When did y'all go through Bonifay?
Day 4.
Day 4, and of course, all those folks all along the side. You went through right. They have a big church there in Bonifay. Did y'all stay there?
No, sir. We stayed at the middle school.
You know, you remember going by a big Baptist church there in Bonifay?
On the left.
Yeah, on the right, going down,
yes,
and it was on. But all right, so you ended up going to a middle school, and that's where you spent the night?
That's where we spent the night.
In the gymnasium.
And of course, the kids were going to school, or were they on spring break?
I think the kids are still going to school. We had a preschool come out and
Did
support
you?
us. Yes, sir. That was the highlight of the day.
A lot of the school buses, y'all saw them in the early morning.
Yes,
so, all right, we're the first day we're about 8 miles this side of Enterprise. Is that right? All right. The second day, you make it all the way past Hartford. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hartford on the second day, and on the third day, where did y'all spend the night?
Bonifay.
Bonifay was, yes, sir.
Bonifay at that middle school. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Where were you on the fourth day?
That was.
Are you already into Florida now? Is that right?
Yes, sir.
That was Camp Sunrise, wasn't it?
Yeah, fourth day we ended up at Camp Sunrise.
Camp Sunrise. What is that? Is that some kind of a?
It's a Christian outdoor camp, I
yeah.
believe.
Was it off the road very far? Or?
Yes, sir.
Well, so y'all had to walk extra then, or did
No,
y'all
sir.
have somebody take you a
They
bus?
shuttled us.
Yeah, we would meet at the end point. Once we would get there, we would take our bags off and wait for a bus to come and get us, and then the bus would take us and drop us.
Now
back.
bags. Hopefully you didn't have to carry a whole lot on your bags, but
we talk about what was in the bags.
We had
water.
Had a lot of water. We had Camelback gave us a bladder through sponsorship. Let us use a bladder all the way down it, and that helped us out a lot. That came in. That was tight. That was awesome.
Yeah, what was that now?
It's a Camelback. It's like a bladder.
Yeah.
And they Camelback sponsored us, and they gave us this bladder to use.
That's
on
wonderful.
The trip.
Yeah. Okay. Now you're through Bonifay, and you spend the night at the camp, at that church camp, and then how far did you get the next day? You're moving along pretty good. You're where are you now? Vernon, Florida.
Vernon, Florida.
You crossed the bridge at Vernon, what, on the fourth day or what?
The
fourth day. And where did you spend the night in Vernon? Or did you spend the night in Vernon?
It was another church. Pretty sure.
Yeah. Okay, and then did you get to Ebro on the fifth day, or where'd you go?
We got to Ebro on the fifth day.
Where'd you spend the night? Did you spend the night in Ebro, or did you make it through?
We went to an outdoor camp.
Yeah.
We had a pavilion, and every year we do this. We stay outside and just enjoy the camaraderie.
So if you do it 9 years, you get sort of set on a lot of the things that you do. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And and of course, did you have good food at night?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
What, mostly hamburgers, hot dogs, or what?
No, sir. Soups, barbecue, sandwiches.
Yeah.
We had pizza one night. That was awesome. We did have hamburgers. We did have hot dogs. We had a bunch of desserts, a lot of fruits, a lot of Gatorade, a lot of water.
All right, now, was it like Michael asked you just a moment ago? Was it rainy any during that time?
On day 3, it was. Day 3 was
and so y'all walked in the rain the whole time, or y'all?
Not the whole time. About more towards like the end of the day.
Because it'd be rough walking in wet clothes, wouldn't it?
Yes, sir, it would.
But did y'all have rain gear and all that?
Yes, sir.
And how many different shoes did you wear? You didn't wear the same pair the whole time, did you?
I started in our Solomons that we were sponsored with, and I walked the first 2 days in those.
Yeah.
And then on day 3, about halfway through, my feet were just hurting. I was like, I'm gonna switch things up a little bit, and I put on my other shoes, a pair of Nikes, and I walked the rest of the time with those.
Did you ever? All right, now. So all right, we're through Vernon, and
I got a question. Like before y'all actually, decided to do this, how much training was involved? Did y'all try to walk 10 miles a day for a couple weeks? I mean, how did that work?
We back in January we went down to Dothan. It was like a hiking grounds. Can't really remember the name of the park we went to, but we walked 14 miles that day, and that's just half a day one, and that was about the only practice we had. And they told us to go out, walk barefooted because you're gonna get a bunch of blisters on the bottom of your feet. Go ahead and build them up, and get some calluses over them.
Most of the training was kind of on your own. They did have 2, I believe, practice walks. I went to the first one. The second one I was unable to go to on the weekend. But most of the training, like you said, is on your own. So, and they don't want you to, they don't want to hold your hand through the whole thing. It's kind of on your own. A lot of it is, man building character.
Now you were able to carry your telephone. Was everybody on the telephones? But now you went through some spots where you didn't have any telephone coverage. Isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
Well, I mean, it happens to me going to the beach all the time.
It sounds strange, but
dead spots.
You really. Once you get out of the groove,
want to talk to anybody?
Once you get out of the groove or moving one arm in front of the other to put your hand to your ear, it sounds strange unless you've done it. But it's.
How about radios? Do people listen to radios on the trip and so forth?
Speaker, yeah.
All right, you're through Vernon. All right, so you're in striking distance of Panama City. How far did you go from Vernon?
I think it was
16 miles.
Was it 16 or 18?
I think it was the last day was 16.
All right, so you're through Ebro. Is that right on the 5th day?
Yes,
Where'd
sir.
y'all spend the night? At Ebro or where?
That was the
campground.
The campground.
The campground. Okay. All right. So the 5th day, you're on the outskirts of Panama City, and you were going to march right into Pier Park. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Tell us what happened on the 5th day.
Or 6th day.
6th day.
6th day. So the 6th day we woke up.
And y'all have had baths, some of you, but most of you haven't shaved. Is that
actually,
right?
Yes,
actually, that morning we never got showers in the mornings. We only got in the afternoons.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. You're pretty rough, aren't you?
We're still rough. We're in rough shape.
All right. So what did you do on that last day? Everybody got ready to go into town for battle. Is that right?
Yes, sir. We actually left. They dropped us off where they picked us up at the day before, and we all walked as a group for like the next 8 miles, and then we got to the gas station. And
right there at the Y, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Right there at the Y, coming up that long drive. That's a long walk.
That's
it's a pretty long drive because most of the people that are going to the beach are anxious to go to the beach, and they see it way out, and it just takes them forever to get there. And that was a pretty long walk right there, wasn't it? But it was flat.
You see a red light go across the road, and you're like, that's not that far. And you just walk and walk, and it seems to never come.
All right, when did y'all go over the bridge? Did y'all go on over the bridge, or y'all wait outside the bridge?
We went on
like
over.
You could have stopped that and got you a cold drink or something at that filling station.
We
right
stopped,
there.
We stopped, like you said, at that
Well,
gas
you turned
station.
to go to the airport, you know.
Yes, sir.
We stopped right there. We kind of collected ourselves, made sure we had water and stuff. And then from that point on, we walked over the bridge together.
Yeah.
And the whole rest of the way, we stayed pretty tight together.
I bet that was a pretty tough walk over that, other than maybe your adrenaline is now starting to really flow because you're close to things. But that's a pretty tough bridge there, so it was probably a pretty tough walk.
A lot of people, it's easy to say, the last day it's only 16 miles when you've been doing 20, 22.
It got really rough, didn't it?
But it's still 16 miles. It's not an easy task.
Did you have anybody getting sick? Anybody having to throw up, or anybody saying, "Oh gosh, I don't know if I can make it"? Did you have a lot of that?
Yes, sir.
I bet it was. So first of all, before you went, you made sure that everybody knew what was in store for you. Right. Is there anybody in the fraternity that has walked every year?
Jonas Marquez.
He's gone. This is his 4th year or 5th year or what?
This is his 3rd year.
3rd year. Do you have any alumni that walk with y'all? People have already graduated?
Yeah, that would be an interesting thing to join.
Well, y'all need to come up with some kind of deal every year, recognizing the folks that did it, because it was quite a trip. But tell us what happened on the last day. The march into Panama City.
The last day, our triumph, we all met at the visitor center. Right at the very end of the parkway. We all waited at the visitor center. We had catered food, like small sandwiches and stuff. We had a couple local news stations, one of which I believe last year made it all the way to CNN. And we did interviews and stuff, and they took pictures of us, and we really got to take a big break. We got there probably at about 1. So we got to sit there for another 2 hours and wait till 4, 2 or 3 hours, wait till 4 when we actually did.
Paraded in. Was there big crowds on both sides? I mean, a lot of people. I don't know how heavy the spring breakers were as far as numbers, but was there a pretty good crowd waiting for you?
There was a huge crowd down there.
And did you feel proud?
I did.
Yes, sir.
I did.
And did people say, "We are Troy"? Did you hear a lot of Troy?
Yes, sir.
A bunch of Go ATO.
The chancellor, has got a place down there. Was he there at the end?
He was.
He was. What? That's great.
Yes, sir.
So the chancellor was there waiting for y'all at the right there at the Gulf, or did y'all go all the way to the water? To the big bridge.
Yes, sir. We get to the very end where it says Pier Park.
Yeah.
And
right there where the big bridge is.
Yes, sir. And then that big bridge, and then we go
Margaritaville.
right to the right.
And none of y'all ran over to Margaritaville, did you?
No, sir.
We right to the right. There's some stairs, and you walk all the way down there. And I guess the finale, what everyone looks forward to, is getting to touch the water, because you walked all that far, and you finally.
And all your girlfriends.
When y'all get to the Y, do y'all take the left on Back Beach Road and go in, or y'all go straight to the beach and walk the beach route?
Yeah, did y'all walk the beach route? Y'all did take the left on the highway then?
Yes, sir. Come in through the north face.
So y'all came into Pier Park off Back Beach Road, and then.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Once we get to the visitor center, we turn left. Yeah. So yes, sir. It's down that highway.
Yeah, exactly. The mayor is a good friend of mine. He hadn't been out there. Thomas, you know, the Thomas Donuts.
Mike Thomas.
You know, it's wonder he hadn't been there. You know, but boy, how relieved.
Maybe we can talk to Mike Thomas about having some donuts for y'all next year.
Yeah, exactly.
We actually had
Thomas the donut.
Day 4. We had a donut company
out of Bonifay.
That
those
was
were
great.
some great. They gave us it for free.
Yeah.
They had them sitting out front passing us out to us.
It might be where I buy my hot dogs. It's a little place, but it's they got great hot dogs.
Yep.
I think that's it.
Yeah, a lady runs it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'll say something to her the next time I'm going through there.
Once it's all said and done that night, when y'all are finally done, I mean, y'all even go out and do anything, or y'all just dead?
Personally, I was pretty shot. I guess the best way to put it is like you just played the hardest football game you ever had in your life.
Yeah.
I went back, showered, and changed into some clothes that I did not wake up till 4 p.m. the next day.
Yeah. Well, your legs would have had to been gone.
They were.
You sure weren't going out dancing, I promise you.
No.
What you want to do more than anything was sit down, wasn't it?
I think a few people probably tried, and they ended up regretting it.
Of course, a lot of folks were down there having fun, and so I imagine you were invited to a lot of parties. Did y'all go on back, or did y'all stay down the rest of the weekend?
I went straight to the house. I had a doctor's appointment next day to make sure my feet weren't getting cut off.
Of course, Bay Minette on just take 98, still a pretty good drive, though, isn't it?
Yes, sir, it is. I slept about the whole way down.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, what an event, and of course the ATO fraternity at Troy has done it for 9 straight years. But now, some folks might not want to walk. Now, how do y'all determine who's going to walk and who's not? Is it strictly voluntary?
Yes, sir, it is. It really goes by like the pledge classes we have coming.
Yeah.
Like me and Walker, we rushed ATO in the fall of 2016.
Yeah.
Got to see the following or the previous fall pledge class and spring class walk.
Yeah.
The year
Do y'all
before
film much of it? Do y'all do a lot of filming so you can show your pledges and when y'all have your pledge parties and so forth, or your
rush week?
Yeah, that's right.
Treatment.
Doing rush and all that.
Yes, sir.
But they say, well, I don't know, man. If you know, I can hear him right now saying, "Hey, I'm not gonna walk 132 miles."
You don't have to walk, but I think once you see it your freshman year,
sure,
you're like, oh, that's crazy. I'm
it's
never
a
gonna do
prideful
that. But once
thing,
you see it, it's a lot of guys go, oh wow, I want to do that, and then once you start doing it and you hear the veterans speak and you start to get a few days in, you start to get a sense of pride.
It is amazing though. Out of 33, 32 finished. That is just phenomenal.
And the one that didn't, don't count him out. He was a warrior. He fought every step of the way.
Isn't that amazing?
Skylar Slagle, if you ever meet him, he's a warrior.
Of course, you know, I know you as a fraternity is proud, and I would think this would be something that is a tradition. It's a great tradition.
Yes,
I'm sure you've talked to guys that were the first ones to do it, but each year you learn more, and you actually meet people that can help you on this trip and you know, and support you. And so right now y'all got it down pat, don't you?
We do.
And of course, you got a T-shirt saying "I walked 128
that's
miles."
One thing that we get at the visitor center. Jeep Sullivan makes us long sleeve shirts, real neon shirts, so we all match that last day.
Wonderful. And of course, we are Troy. Everybody knew you were from Troy. Is that right?
Yes, sir. They did.
Did you have a lot of people honk "Go Troy"?
We did. We seen a bunch of our buddies drive by, waving at us, laughing at us as they're going down to the beach.
But you know what? In a way, they were right at the beach, but they were sort of envious of what y'all were doing. I guarantee you. Mm-hmm. And boy, what a great trip, and what great support you got to raise over $60,000. Now, in 9 years, how much money is that already? $250,000 at least, isn't it?
It's a lot.
This year is the most we've ever raised. Last year, I believe, was 47, and the year before was 28. Yeah. So I would say we're probably just over 100,000, maybe touching 200,000.
Of course, you know, you're a graduate of Alabama Christian High School, which is a very, very good. Isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
Very good school. Of course, you're from Bay Minette, a big 6A school.
Yes, sir.
And did you play football? Both of y'all played football, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
And And of course, like you said, you've been through a lot of tough practices, but hey, you know that first week of football practice, hey, you don't this right here
has nothing on.
Football can't touch this, can
No,
it?
sir.
Because you knew that you had to get up and do it the next morning, and it stopped being funny after what second day or first day.
Waking up second day, I think it really
It
set
stopped
in,
being
at least
funny.
for me.
Me too.
What did I get myself into? And then you were put on the spot. Hey, are you gonna be the one that drops out?
That was
And of course, did you have any kind of one guy that sort of kept y'all fired up? Like we used to run wind sprints in football years ago, and I'd be up front and I'd say, "Hiddly widdly waddly woe, Troy Trojans on the go." Did y'all do any of that?
We had a guy named Johnny Kiernan, and
You got to have somebody like that.
I don't think he experienced any sort of fatigue or any time.
So he kept y'all fired up.
He would
and that helps lead. You got to have a leader.
He would start in the back and walk with the slowest person, and then towards the end of the day, he would start running.
Yeah.
After we're barely walking, and he is running, and so he kept us going and got us through a lot of it.
I'm gonna say something. I don't know. Might even get emotional about it a little bit. But hey, y'all, those 32 are friends for life.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Hey, y'all ought to have a reunion every 10 years and bring those guys back. We were the ones that walked 132 miles. I mean, really, it should be something that y'all do for the rest of your lives. Meet every 5 or 10 years each year, and renew that bond.
Yes, sir.
Which is not only a bond being in the ATO fraternity, but to do what you guys did.
Yes,
It's
sir.
amazing.
Yes, sir.
And for that one guy that had walked 4 straight years, he must love it, didn't he?
Yep.
Because it's not. I mean, really, it's great to do, but hey, it'd be hard to turn around and do it a month from now. I mean, what would you say? Hey, I don't know if I can do that or not. Hey, it might look like it was fun, but it was rough.
After day
Stopped
6,
being fun, didn't it?
Well, when day 6 finished, you kind of get a sense of pride, and you're like, you know what, I might do this again.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'll have to think about it long and hard.
And another thing, a lot of these guys, you can drink water, but you can drink too much water sometimes. Did y'all have anybody to tell you about that?
No, sir. I think a bunch of us ended up getting dehydrated every day. So we drank as much water as
exactly.
That wasn't the problem for me. I had.
What did you do when you had to go to the bathroom?
Found
the widest tree you could find.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Or y'all all circle around and somebody every 5 or 10 miles you get a big circle and the guys that got to go to the bathroom get in the middle. Well, it wasn't. Now I'm sure it was times where it was just y'all. But did y'all communicate back and forth? All right, guys, pull up the rear. Or did y'all do that much?
Yes, sir. Like a bunch of us, he was saying, Johnny started out in the back, and then he'd come by and come on, walk with me a little bit, and he'll pick up your pace. And once you realize that, hey, he's going way faster than you can go, and he goes on, and then some people catch up to you, and you walk with them for the rest
Well,
of the
y'all
day.
have already used up almost a week of spring break, and of course, you come back to Troy, and you're probably still sore. And what did they do at the fraternity house when y'all got back? Was there a sign welcoming y'all back, or what?
Well, I guess more of the welcome was down at the beach. So, and most of the fraternity was down there to welcome us there. And then once we get back,
so y'all had a big party that night. Then is that right?
Well, I guess just meeting there down at Pier Park was our.
Was your girlfriend there?
Mine was, yes, sir.
Okay, all right, good. And but I tell you, it's quite an experience. And ladies and gentlemen, for the 9th consecutive year, the ATO fraternity at Troy University has sacrificed, and I mean, I would call it a sacrifice, wouldn't you think?
Sir.
Say, hey, do you really want to do this? And like you said, it was smiles, but hey, when y'all, of course, it was smiles at the end, but I'm sure there was some anguish going on too. Because those legs will only do so much, especially when you're walking on road right away. A lot of it's not very well kept. A lot of it's deep grass, and it's hard to walk through deep grass.
There was a long portion on day 4, which was my hardest section, where you had the option to walk on the road, but it was safer to walk on the construction zone of unfinished pavement. It's just all dirt.
And there was a lot of that construction going on between, and once they finally get that 4-lane between Bonifay and Ebro finish, or actually at the Y, that would be wonderful way to go.
Absolutely. Yes,
I actually go through Elba and then cut across to Sampson, and then down through Mike, what is it? Is he still on? I don't know if Mike's still on. But Bonifay, not Bonifay, but what's the name of that little town? Not the Funac, no. Right when you get into to Florida from that area, but and then we end up, going to Bruce. You know where Bruce is?
Heard of it.
All right, Bruce is where you fork and you take a right to go to and a left to go to Ebro, and then you go that way. So what I'm saying, you're right. Y'all went through a lot of construction between there. Did it bother y'all at all?
The construction portion of it is pretty rough. A lot of people say
that's something you should have took into play and maybe gone that other route.
Yes, sir. Well, we try to keep the same route just to keep tradition.
And also there's more traffic on your route, and it's more places to stop on your route. Like instead of going through Sampson and
yes, sir.
And some of those smaller towns. But again, it turned out good. And he's got a class at 8 o'clock. Steve reminded me of that. Man, thank you so much for coming.
My pleasure.
And ladies and gentlemen, before you get up, and Walker Davis from Walsboro, Alabama, of course, right there. You would say you were from Wetumpka more than anything.
Yes, sir.
And you're a sophomore at Troy, and you're having this is an experience that you'll always remember, Troy.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
every time, you'll probably think about it almost every day of your life from some way or another.
Yes, sir.
It'll be something that stays in your mind. And of course, you're a South Baldwin County guy,
yes, sir.
Bay Minette, Alabama, downtown Bay Minette, and of course, you've had a good experience here at Troy too.
I have.
What brought you to Troy from Bay Minette?
I liked how it was a home feeling. Felt like home to me.
You still feel that way?
Still feel that way.
How many brothers do y'all have?
I'm the only child.
No.
ABO
brothers.
Okay. Sorry.
Active 86 right now.
Yeah.
86 active. That's good. Yeah. And then of course, right next to you, you got Sigma Chi, you got Lambda Chi.
Yes, sir. Pi Kappa Phi.
Pi Kappa Phi, Delta Chi, Theta Chi. Is that right?
Theta Chi is thinking about.
They're thinking about coming back.
Yeah.
But do they y'all all sort of unify it all and ever have a function that all of y'all get together and do?
I don't know if
we do Greek Week.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I know you all have a basketball goal behind your house.
Yes,
have
sir,
y'all
we
ever
do.
had a tournament to see who wins? Y'all all have a basketball tournament every year.
I think we
to
leave
see
that to
which one of y'all are the kings that year of basketball.
Yes,
you could have your own Final Four there,
We do that during intramurals. I think that kind of dukes
But
it out.
but home and home though. Hey, from your home court, you'll beat anybody. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Y'all shoot basketball a lot.
Every day.
And ladies and gentlemen, every house has a very nice basketball goal. I mean, these are you don't see backyard basketball goals as nice as this. And of course, again, you've proven UATO's proven what an outstanding group you are, and again, we're proud of you. And thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the ATOs walk again to the beach and raise $60,000 plus dollars for charity, and we appreciate them very much. We'll be back to more of Today in LA right after this.
Did you know at Wiley Sanders Truck Line that we offer Blue Cross Blue Shield, we offer dental, we offer disability, we offer vision, we offer life insurance, cancer insurance. We also have a 401k where we match up to 4%, dollar per dollar up to 4%. We also have automatic trucks at Wiley Sanders Truck Line. If you go to a truck driving school, we'll reimburse you. And don't forget about the $1,000 sign-on bonus. Money! Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We help you save for your future.
Here's some Napa know-how for you. Your local Napa Auto Parts store in Troy is under new ownership with an all-new fully stocked store. Big deal, you say? Big deal, we say. Like the ownership, the store has a new look, too. We're still delivering the same Napa quality and know-how, but we've increased our inventory and are committed to helping you find the parts you need when you need them. So come check us out. We've got the right part at the right price at the right time.
Know-how, Napa know-how.
Have you seen an increase in your insurance premiums or significant change in your insurance coverage? Let Sandbeck Insurance offer you a better plan to suit your business or personal needs. Sandbeck Insurance offers many lines of insurance, whether it's home, farm, or auto insurance, work comp, business, or health and life policies. Sandbeck is here for you. Call or visit our Troy, Enterprise, or Andalusia office today. Sandbeck Insurance, where we take pride in taking care of your insurance.
Life is hectic enough without worrying if your lights will stay on or if there's hot water for your child's bath. So count on natural gas to keep the energy flowing, even when the weather is unpredictable. Natural gas is always there to keep your home warm, showers hot, and food cooked to perfection. That's why America has relied on safe and affordable natural gas for more than 150 years. And we will be here for you and future generations too. You can count on natural gas from Southeast Alabama Gas.
Back to our show, and of course we appreciate all the folks out there that supported this program by the ATOs, and it was impressive to me.
You know, fraternities sometimes get a bad rap, but they really are good organizations.
Yeah.
I know you were in a fraternity, I was, Mike you were in a fraternity too, and you know there's good things that come out of fraternities.
Oh yeah, it's not just partying,
sure.
I promise you. And of course
really
these philanthropies. Man, it's like a holiday week when all I'm doing together. You know, they have fantastic bands and fun things to do. Now that wasn't necessarily a fun thing to do, but as far as exposure, it really did the job for the ATO fraternity,
and they're a good group of guys. They really are.
No question about it.
You'd have to have some guys that are really motivated and wanting to quit. I would imagine throughout. I mean, I imagine a few of those guys were like, "What are we doing?
Oh yeah.
What did I get myself into?"
Yeah, I think you may have not heard, Mike, but I was sitting over to the side. They had, I think, 33 that started, and only one didn't make it. I don't
and
know
he had a club foot.
Yeah.
You know, and just amazing. Yeah, boy, I tell you what, that adrenaline has to.
I used to think it was tough in college to stay up all night.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
Yeah.
Like before the homecoming parade.
I had a friend of mine, Kerry Green, Johnny Teal, Herman Youngblood, I want to say, and Dennis McGlone, another one. 4 of my friends walked to Montgomery one day,
Really?
and which I thought was pretty big, but
yeah.
Oh, I tell you, walking 132 miles, and it's got to be a tradition, though. It's if you join that fraternity, somebody's going to ask you, "Are you going to walk this year?"
That's right. That's exactly right.
And of course, the more people that walk, usually the more money they make.
That's
and
right.
Of course, they made over $60,000. And the chancellor, I think the chancellor is always down there. Of course, he's got a place down there.
Right.
But and I think he makes it a point to be there
that's important.
every year.
Support.
And, it's great exposure for Troy University.
It
and
is.
I hope they were wearing
all the time. Have you ever been down there at the very end for them?
Well, no, I've never have, and I should have, and probably before, and but I didn't go this year. I know that, and I knew about it. But you're right. That's quite a deal. Quite a deal. No question.
I don't know if you talked about this yesterday a little ago about Alabama possibly scheduling in football to play Texas and Notre Dame home and home.
What?
That in football.
Well, who?
Alabama.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But if they played Notre Dame, that would be great for season ticket holders. Because I'll admit, being a season ticket holder the last 10, 12 years, it's been brutal home schedules. I mean, like this year. This year out of conference, you've got Louisiana Lafayette, Arkansas State, and Citadel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just horrible to spend that kind of money and see those kind of games.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I can see Arkansas State and Lafayette, in the Sun Belt, Troy playing them.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's right.
You're right, and people spend all that money for those games, and And like you said,
If Alabama played at Notre Dame, that's a trip I would love to make. I've never been to South Bend.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
yeah, no question about it.
Have you ever been to South Bend, Dad?
No, I never have, and of course I would love to go and see Touchdown Jesus, which is the on the wall over there, and but I was looking at this when you mentioned that. Nobody out there plays a tougher schedule than Notre Dame. You know what? You look at schedules and you look who they play every year. They play Michigan, Southern Cal. Those are two right there that they play every year. But
USC usually play. They usually play at least 4 ACC schools because they're in the ACC and everything else with football.
What you mean, Notre Dame?
Yeah, they usually play about 4 schools from the ACC.
Yeah. But they're.
They usually play Stanford every year too.
Yeah, they play Boston College every year, and they play Stanford every year. You're right. It's another real tough game that they play, and like you said, it's hard to schedule because they're not in a conference.
Right.
They play Navy every year too.
Yeah. Of course, basketball is coming up this weekend, and we're excited about. I'm pulling hard for this Illinois team, Mike.
Loyola.
Yes, sir. I like them.
They're good. They're really impressive.
Who are you pulling for, Mike?
I mean, I'll pull for that. I would kind of like to see Michigan win it. I think Bielema's a really good coach.
All right. Well, now
I see Michigan win the national championship.
I was there when what was the Fad Five? The Fad Five at Michigan. You remember that team?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was at that regional tournament where they upset everybody, and and then people realized that this team might win a national championship, and they.
Was that the year Chris Webber called the timeout when they didn't have one at the end?
I want to say that it was that year or the
that
next
was his
year.
freshman year.
Yeah.
And you're right, called the timeout. It was a technical foul because there was no timeout.
Chris Webber's a broadcaster on for CBS and TNT during the basketball tournament. He does a good job.
Yeah.
I want to mention the NIT semifinals start last night. Who won those games, Mike? Do you know?
Well, South Carolina was the defending champion, and last time I looked, they were down by 30 to Connecticut last night.
Wow.
So.
Wait a minute.
I think Connecticut wants to get their championship.
That's women, though. That's women. I'm talking about the NIT and the men.
I have been following the NIT.
Western Kentucky and Utah and Penn State and Mississippi State.
Is that tonight?
It says, yes, plays tonight. Tonight. So, of course, that'd be something that Mississippi State could win. Somebody's turned that Mississippi State program around, both men and women. Is that right?
Oh, I mean, the women have been good for a long time.
Yeah, they are. And, of course, they'll be. It's probably going to be a showdown between them and UConn, don't you think?
Well, I mean, Mississippi State beat them last year, but then Mississippi State got beat by South Carolina in the championship game.
The Final Four of women's basketball is UConn 36-0 against Notre Dame 33-3. That's Friday night, and Mississippi State 36-1 and Louisville 36-2. Who beat Mississippi State? Do you know?
Somebody in conference beat them. I'm just not sure.
But of course, those are 4 of the
powerhouses.
Of the powerhouses.
Yeah.
And one thing about the tournament, in most cases, the real winners come down the stretch and win.
Usually so.
You look at 2.
If you're gonna watch the NIT tonight, they'll be in Madison Square Garden. You'll have Western Kentucky, Utah at 6, and then you'll have Mississippi State, Penn State at 8:30.
Now there was another tournament, but we don't have the results of it, do we? What was the other tournament?
The CBI. I don't know if that's been decided yet or not.
But of course, I'd love to win the CBI, wouldn't you?
Any of them, yeah.
I mean, I'd love to see Troy in any kind of postseason in basketball.
Yeah.
Of course, the women play for the championship. Let's see, this week, and again, the team that dominates them all is the team from University of Connecticut, and isn't it amazing how UConn is a dominant sports program in any sport.
Yeah.
And they are so much in basketball, women's basketball. They just completely dominate.
Well, I mean, it's the recruiting.
They're great in men's basketball too.
Yeah,
Right.
well, yeah, pretty good, no question. But all of this is coming up. Of course, we've got the Masters coming up in 2 weeks. This week's Easter,
Right.
and then the next week
Masters week.
is the Masters. So everybody's looking forward to that. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back.
Did you know at Wiley Sanders Truck Line that we offer Blue Cross Blue Shield, we offer dental, we offer disability, we offer vision, we offer life insurance, cancer insurance. We also have a 401k where we match up to 4%, dollar per dollar up to 4%. We also have automatic trucks at Wiley Sanders Truck Line. If you go to a truck driving school, we'll reimburse you. And don't forget about the $1,000 sign-on bonus. Money! Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We help you save for your future.
Here's some Napa know-how for you. Your local Napa Auto Parts store in Troy is under new ownership with an all-new fully stocked store. Big deal, you say? Big deal, we say. Like the ownership, the store has a new look, too. We're still delivering the same Napa quality and know-how, but we've increased our inventory and are committed to helping you find the parts you need when you need them. So come check us out. We've got the right part at the right price at the right time.
Know-how, Napa know-how.
Have you seen an increase in your insurance premiums or significant change in your insurance coverage? Let Sandbeck Insurance offer you a better plan to suit your business or personal needs. Sandbeck Insurance offers many lines of insurance. Whether it's home, farm, or auto insurance, work comp, business, or health and life policies, Sandbeck is here for you. Call or visit our Troy, Enterprise, or Andalusia office today. Sandbeck Insurance, where we take pride in taking care of your insurance.
If you've had an accident or just want a new look for your vehicle, come see us at Troy Paint and Body, where we do it right the first time. Our staff has more than 100 years combined experience and can handle repairs and paint work on any make or model. We also offer a lifetime guarantee as long as you own your vehicle. Now that shows we stand behind our work. And our 24-hour towing service means we're here when you need us. So come see us at Troy Paint and Body, located on South Brundage Street in Troy beside the post office. Troy Paint and Body, where we may meet by accident, but you'll be glad we did.
Don't you know a lot of Birmingham people be rooting for Troy? Back to our show, and of course, what's the date on that? Troy University will be playing.
It's going to be May 9th.
On May the 9th, go ahead and mark your calendars if you're in the Birmingham area. They'll be playing Mississippi State.
In Hoover?
They're going to play at the Hoover Met. Is that right?
Yeah, which, basically is where they just have different events now, and Hoover High School plays games.
Are they just trying to get the Birmingham crowd to come out and support?
The Bears play downtown at Regents Field, which is really nice.
And see, I would have, would have thought playing at Regents Field would have been the place you wanted to play.
Troy already played at Regents Field early against UAB this year and won.
Got a couple of things I want to mention this morning. Legendary track coach Mel Rosen, who led Auburn to many track victories over the years, died at the age of 90. One of his prize students was Doc Anderson, Mike.
Yeah.
Ran for Mel Rosen, and of course Doc was an All-American cross-country runner. Of course.
I thought Doc ran LSU.
No, he did. He ran at Auburn. He ran at Auburn. Ran with a guy from Troy named Herbie Cottle, who is from Troy. That was Hank McLeod's nephew. And of course, Herbie ran at Auburn, ran cross country at Auburn. Tide and the Tigers played tonight in Montgomery. And Mike, I don't know if Alabama can remember the last time they beat Auburn in Montgomery.
Yeah, they've lost several. Alabama's actually in a 6-game losing streak, so they're playing their worst baseball right now.
Right.
And of course, folks from Troy can get a shot at seeing our good buddy
Chandler Avant.
Chandler Avant.
Yeah.
Mike, I think Chandler Avant, after he graduates this year, will be heading to the pros because he has what you call everything that you got to have. He's got power. He's got speed. He's got
shortstop.
A very good defensive player.
Yeah.
He's got all the.
He hadn't hit much for much power in college at all.
and he's got a very good throwing arm. You know, they pitch away from these guys all the time. You know, like somebody was asking me the other day why Dennison didn't hit more home runs. Well, they're trying to pitch him away.
Right.
You know, they're not going to throw him anything he can pull. You know. But of course, Troy is playing very well. Auburn and Alabama go at 6:35 tonight. Troy goes at it at real pace against the visiting Hornets. And Mike, I was looking at the preview of the major leagues, and tell me about these guys here. The Boston Red Sox are represented by left-handed pitcher Chris Sale. Is he good?
Yeah, I mean, he leads the league every year in strikeouts.
308 strikeouts last year.
Wow.
The New York Yankees are led by Giancarlo Stanton.
Yeah, he's the guy that hit 59 home runs for the Marlins, and then they got Judge.
He hit 59 home runs last year.
Yeah, he was actually, he hit 59 with about 4 days left to get into 60-61.
Yeah.
But, he just didn't hit any more.
Wow.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers catcher.
The Marlins got rid of all their high-paid players and all their really good players.
That's why they did when
Brian Meadows
Heinzinger must still own them because that's what they did with Brian Meadows, wasn't it?
Won the World Series and then traded everybody.
And they gave
Heinzinger just died the other day.
And it gave
Brian got that
Brian a chance to play in the majors. You're right. Wilson Ramos, the catcher with Tampa Bay. You know anything about him?
I mean, I've heard the name. I don't know,
Toronto Blue Jays are represented by first baseman Justin Smoke.
What a name.
With 38 home runs and 90 RBIs. He must be a pretty good one. Baltimore Orioles represented by Adam Jones, who's the center fielder, hit 26 home runs last year.
Yeah, I was going to mention, I was looking at Chandler Avan's stats. He's leading Alabama by far. He's hitting 365, which is tops on the team. The next closest is 321, so he's hitting 365 with 35 hits, 10 doubles, 2 home runs, 27 RBIs, and looks like...
How many stolen bases? How many stolen bases has he got?
Yeah, I was looking, 0 stolen bases.
Really? So evidently they don't send him much, do they?
But he's hit 365. That's pretty good for an SEC school.
Yeah, that's real good.
What happened to Miguel Cabrera last year, Mike? He's one of the great hitters of all time. He hit 249 with 16 home runs and 60 RBIs. What happened to him last year?
I think he was injured a little bit. He's just getting a little older, too.
Yeah. Boy, he's a great player.
He can hit.
He's a great player. I'd say he's a great player. He won the Triple Crown.
How good is center fielder Mike Trout?
Well, Mike Trout's the guy they say that looks like Mickey Mantle.
Yeah.
From the Angels.
Can he run like Mickey Mantle?
Probably not.
Could he run like Mickey Mantle?
Yeah, he can run too. They're saying, remember the big kid from Alabama Christian that came in and played Charles Henderson a couple times? Like
Yeah, I was going to ask you about him.
He plays for Alabama. He hit 18, 19 home runs last year, which is a ton in college baseball now. He's already got 9 home runs this year.
Oh, yeah, he's a major league prospect. He played he played quarterback against Charles Henderson, and he was good. He was good, but the rest of his team was not very good.
They were smaller than him.
Charles Henderson embarrassed them every time they played them at Alabama Christian. And I tell you who they really embarrassed a lot, and I hate to say it because Coach Ragsdale at Trinity was one of the best coaches around. Charles Henderson beat them as bad as I've ever seen Charles Henderson beat any team anywhere, and it was his last game of the year.
Yeah, I remember that.
I hated that his team didn't play any harder on his last game.
He's a great guy.
Randy Ragsdale is one of them.
He really is. I sat down with him one time, Wagner's Sporting Goods, where I work, Team Sports. We sold to Trinity, and every time we'd go visit him, he'd do a devotion with us when we left.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's a great guy. Hey, how about this, Mike? Whitaker Lowry hit a walk-off 3-run homer as Charles Henderson beat Mortimer Jordan 6-5.
Whitaker Lowry?
Yeah, Whitaker Lowry. And it beat
Charles Henderson.
A school you're very familiar with, Mortimer Jordan.
That's not his name, Whitaker, is it?
No, it's a girl.
Her name is Whitaker
Charles-
Lowry.
Charles Henderson
I
softball.
thought you were talking about the
Yeah.
son.
And
No.
McNairy Central of Tennessee beat Charles Henderson 4-1 in girls softball. So
Yeah, Mortimer Jordan has a beautiful school. I mean, it's one of the nicest hospitals you ever see out in the middle of nowhere.
yeah.
Where is it?
It's North Jefferson County, right before you go into what is that? What was that? Coleman? What is Coleman? Coleman County, I guess.
Yeah.
Coleman
probably.
County,
Yeah.
Coleman County.
Yeah.
You're right.
But yeah, it's a beautiful school.
Huh.
Really unbelievable.
Most all those schools, Minor High School is a nice school, isn't it?
Well, Minor's not new. Hueytown's brand new. Pleasant Grove's brand new. I mean, some of these schools up here are just unbelievable how nice they are.
Yeah.
I still think that one of the nicest ones I've ever seen is Gaston City.
Oh yeah, that's where they. All right, now Gadsden. This is an example of
Gaston City's got a football stadium. Looks like a Division I AA.
Gadsden High School and then the other school was
Emma Sampson.
Emma Sampson merged.
Right.
Like people are talking about Dothan and Northview doing.
Yeah.
Well, when those two teams merged,
Powerhouse.
boy, you're right, developed a powerhouse. And of course, across the river over there is another pretty good team. That had an Alabama quarterback at one time. Can you name that guy?
What are you talking about, Etowah, Freddie Kitchens?
No, but Etowah is another one in that area.
Yeah.
But no, this guy played at right across the river from Gadsden. The quarterback at Alabama's name was Smith.
The guy that's a referee now in that.
Yeah, that's right.
You see, David Smith.
David Smith.
Really?
And I'm trying to think of the name of that little town there, but they have good teams every year.
Yeah.
He was a left-handed quarterback, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's right, and a good quarterback. Alabama wasn't very good when he played, but he was a good quarterback. Of course, Troy will be on the practice field today if you want to get a look at him, and we're excited about that.
Yeah.
Dothan Eagle has their Super 12 basketball team out, Mike, and one of the guys is the kid out of Goshen, Michael Hollis. Averaged 21 points a game for Goshen, and I didn't even realize who he was. And then the great football player at Pike County, Jazarin Lampley. I don't know why somebody doesn't look at him in basketball.
Yeah,
he was a member of the Super 12. And also Andres Burney of Pike County averaged 16 points a game. So Pike County had some good players.
Right.
And I was looking to see if we got any other local players. Oh, yeah, Jalen Tuck from Charles Henderson averaged 21 points a game, you can pretty much say. And senior guard.
How old is he? Is he a junior?
He's a senior, I think. Yeah,
I think he is a senior.
And I don't know who he signed with, but he'll end up playing somewhere.
Yeah.
Houston Academy's got.
His dad played at Columbus State.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shelby.
Yeah, Shelby. Of course, what a great guy he is.
He is a
great
good guy.
coach. But how about this name here? Serjan Petrovic is a junior guard from Houston Academy. Averaged 22 points a game last year and 7 rebounds. The Houston Academy. Harrison Rudd, also from Houston Academy, averaged 14 points a game. Those are just some of the guys that made this all-tournament team. Jordan West of Rehoboth averaged 20 points a game and 7 rebounds. A good-looking look in the Dothan Eagle today with all these kids that made all super regions. So hope everybody out here is got the final in the paper today. The Dothan paper is the final breakdown.
The bracket. That's
So
right.
if you want to see how bad you did, I was out of it way.
I think everybody was.
But
I still got 2 teams left.
But I still say this, ladies and gentlemen, nobody picked University of Maryland at BC, whatever.
You see him.
Well, you know they said on ESPN they got 550 guys that have perfect brackets still.
Oh, way.
How many brackets they put in is beyond
Does that mean they got every game right or what?
Yeah, that means they got every game
There's
right.
that many? 550, really?
But they would have done it over several times.
Oh,
had
yeah.
that Maryland team.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how many
Computer
times
generated.
they actually
Right.
did the bracket.
But
listen to this news, Dad. Johnny Manziel to participate in Texas A&M Pro Day on Tuesday.
well, I hope so. I like Johnny Manziel.
I would love to see what his numbers are.
Johnny Manziel, of course, a lot of people say he did all these things, but he was good for college football.
He was exciting.
I mean, in fact, if you'll think about it, that was one man that made a huge difference in the way a team played.
He did.
I was at that game in Bryant-Denny when he led Texas A&M to the upset.
I can remember talking to you on the phone. He said, and nobody really knew a lot about Manziel at the time. He said, this guy is unreal.
Yeah.
I remember you saying that.
How quick he was just incredible.
Yeah, the way he could just move in the pocket and get around and spin.
And he was just one of these guys. He reminds me of some players I've seen play before that just felt like that, they couldn't be stopped.
Yeah.
Had eyes in the back of his head, Who did he remind you of? Did he remind you of more than anybody? Fran Tarkenton, the great Fran Tarkenton was a lot like that, running around like that.
Me more of a Doug Flutie.
Yeah, Flutie, yeah. Which he wasn't a very big guy. But he wasn't afraid. I'll tell you what. This guy was not afraid. And
the thing is, he had good receivers too. I mean, that was a really good Texas A&M team. I mean, it turned out to be Kevin Sumlin's best team, and after that, he got paid $5 million a year and never won again.
Yeah,
that's right.
Sumlin, and I like Sumlin. Sumlin's a good coach.
He's
but Sumlin he loses his job and gets a better job at Arizona. I mean, somebody told me he's making $5 million a year or something.
I don't know if that's a better job, but it's a job I think he's got a better chance to win at.
Yeah.
Right.
Don Maestri, who's been at Alabama, been at Troy all those years, but he knows Alabama sports very well. He said that it's nothing like a Texas A&M weekend. He says they have a pep rally on Friday night. They had 35,000 people there. Every pep rally. We don't even hardly have a pep rally here at Troy, but they have a pep rally for every game. It's a big thing.
Wow.
Tradition is a huge thing at Texas A&M.
Yeah.
And it's going, they're a team that could potentially be great.
Yeah, they got the money too.
They've got a good young coach there.
I think they got the right coach in Jimbo Fisher.
That's right. Got a good young coach. And, if you had, all right, other than Saban, let me ask you this question. Other than Saban, if you had your choice of the coach, who would it be? Who would your coach be? If you not including Saban.
Urban Meyer probably.
Think so?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
He's a good one.
But gosh, it'd be hard for me to say. Gosh. I don't believe I could tell you the truth.
I think the guy at Stanford's pretty good.
Yeah, he is.
Well, when Saban leaves eventually, I guess Bama will be able to pick whoever they want.
Yeah.
You got to put Dabo up there right now.
Yeah, Dabo's 20. I would put him up there.
Yeah.
That's who I'd put up there because, let me tell you, he fires them up. I've said on this show so many times, you can be great, but if you can't be motivated, you're not as good as you can be. But he's the kind of guy that can make a player as good as he can be.
Yeah. I mean, these are college-age kids. You forget they're 20 years old,
and he'll get in there and laugh, and he'll make. And let me tell you, they'll be ready to play every ball game pretty much. And he's a class guy too. He really is.
You think there's a chance he'll go to Bama eventually?
I don't see how anybody in the world could turn down Alabama, but it would take a guy that believes that he's the best in the world. And,
right.
And I think that he probably feels that way.
Yeah.
But I know, but I mean, you're gold at Clemson the rest of your life. You're pretty much guaranteed.
Oh yeah, and they love him to death, no question about it.
And you lose to Auburn a couple of years and don't win the SEC. I mean, the expectations now at Alabama are ridiculous.
We appreciate our sponsors, Premier Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram trucks on the bypass, brand new dealership with a lot of deals going on.
Yeah.
Also, our good friends at Bird Drugs on the square in downtown Troy. We appreciate them. Our friends also at Piggly Wiggly. Drive by Piggly Wiggly and buy a delicious steak today and put it on the grill and have a great one. I think the weather's going to get better from here on out, but boy, yesterday was miserable, wasn't it?
It was cold, and we got a little rain coming in. Thursday? Possible little storms, but
I mean, yesterday up here, it felt like it was about to snow. It was so cold.
Yeah, I know, it really was, no question. And especially the weekend was so nice, and then it comes up with that kind of weather.
Yep.
Hope you've enjoyed our show, and you'll watch us again today at 1:30. And we appreciate Steve Kemp and all the staff here at Today in LA, and we appreciate you very much. See you tomorrow.